This is Abdul Saad, clinical psychologist at Vital Mind Psychology here in Sydney, Australia. And today I'm continuing my new series of videos focusing on the empath and the empath-narcissist dynamic. I think in my videos so far, I've given quite an in-depth conceptual framework to help you understand the narcissistic personality disorder, the pathology, to help you understand the dynamics of the empath, and to help you understand how these two dynamics intersect and interlock in unhelpful ways. Today's video is going to be a lot more focused on some practical lifestyle strategies I think would benefit everyone, but definitely would benefit the empath in my experience. My website is www.vitalmind.com.au, and my Facebook page. Look up Vital Mind Psychology, press like, leave some comments, follow my posts. Thank you very much. So let's go through this quickly because it's a practical video. There's not a lot of conceptual stuff I have to go through. So let's make this quick. Let's make this efficient. I'm at 1 minute 15 now. Let's see how fast I can get through this. So number one, first key lifestyle change the empath needs to make: be in bed by 10:30 p.m. Empaths, in my experience, are notorious night owls, burning the midnight oil and burning the candle from both ends, and then waking up in the morning feeling like they've been hit by a bus, relying on loads of stimulants, loads of coffee to keep them going throughout the day, and often becoming plagued with sleep problems. They're very stimulated with coffee in the day, then they crash in the afternoon, they wish they could sleep, and then when it comes to nighttime, they can't sleep and they end up staying up. They aren't cashing in their sleep debt, and then they're relying on coffee the next day, entering a vicious cycle. So trying to be in bed by 10:30, developing what we call a wind down ritual in the evening, turning off technology, dimming lights. If you're using technology, smartphones, iPhones, iPads, Android, whatever you use, making sure that you're installing a blue light filtering software. So on this phone I'm using, that I record my videos on, it's a Samsung Galaxy S6. I have a program on there from the Google Play Store called Twilight, and that is always on if I use my phone in the evening. On my laptop, I have a program called Flux, F-L-U-X, and that's always programmed to be on at sunset. So trying to be in bed by 10:30, and remembering that the key to regulating your sleep-wake cycle is not so much the time you go to bed, but the time you wake up. So even if you're not sleeping at 10:30, if you go to bed late, fall asleep later, making sure you wake up at a consistent time to regulate your body clock and not staying up endlessly well past midnight on the computer, watching videos like these. Try and do that earlier in the day. Second lifestyle change empaths need to make is get into the habit of eating breakfast with a sufficient amount of protein. Now, many empaths tell me that they never feel hungry in the morning. They skip breakfast habitually, they rely on caffeine, at most maybe have a biscuit or some sort of white flour product. And this ensures that your body is always running in sympathetic dominance, fight-flight mode. High levels of cortisol, unstable blood sugars, wearing the body out, having the crash between 2 and 4 p.m., needing sweets, needing coffee. One of the simplest ways to avoid this is to have some high-quality protein in the morning. Now, when it comes to protein, I'm not too prescriptive, but I give people options. Eggs, whey protein powder. If you can't tolerate that, some pea protein powder, leftovers from dinner, whatever it is, as long as it's not a very easily broken down simple carbohydrate like we call them biscuits here. I think American friends call them cookies, biscuits, cookies. Cereals, like very sugary cereals like Fruit Loops. I'm not sure what the Americans call Fruit Loops, but I'm sure someone can tell me. So protein in the morning will help stabilize your blood sugars, and if you're going to have coffee, it's a lot better to have it after you've had some protein, as it will protect you from the negative effects of the caffeine. The third change I think would be very helpful for empaths to make would be to moderate their coffee habit. Now, some of you may comment and say you don't drink coffee. In my experience, most empaths drink a lot of coffee. Some of my patients up to 8 cups a day. Now, coffee is a diuretic. It causes us to lose water from the body, to waste minerals. It's a very potent stimulant, which again is going to tip the body into the sympathetic dominance. So instead of being in a rest and digest mode, we're going to be in this fight, flight, either sort of fear or panic mode if we're drinking excessive amounts of coffee. Coffee also masks our true levels of fatigue. It gives us a false sense of energy, of invincibility, and it's false because it's based on the adrenals pumping out more stress hormones and when they eventually will crash. And I think some of you are aware of adrenal fatigue, adrenal insufficiency. So I would say aim eventually for 1 coffee in the morning, and definitely no coffee after 3 p.m. because of the half-life of caffeine. The fourth lifestyle strategy empaths need to make, I would implore them to start doing, is to drink enough water, to keep hydrated. Another area of lack that I find in the lifestyles of empaths. Most of us today are walking around dehydrated. We're drinking too much coffee, too many stimulants, which raises our stress hormones, depletes us of minerals. So simply keeping hydrated throughout the day, and the way that you do this is not to gulp large amounts of water at once, not to wait till you're thirsty, but simply to sip on some water throughout the day, to carry with you perhaps a water bottle, a 1 liter water bottle, and sip on that throughout the day. If you can, pure filtered water versus tap water, but if you can't, tap water will do. And the fifth lifestyle strategy that empaths need to make is to ensure that they're getting enough magnesium in their diet, both through the food they eat and through supplements. Magnesium is probably the most depleted mineral amongst empaths. I think a whole book could be written on the connection between the empath and magnesium depletion and the energetic fields and the effect that magnesium has. So also, most of the empaths that I interview at the intake session when they come to the office, I will ask them about the symptoms of magnesium deficiency, and the vast majority say, yes, I suffer from heart palpitations, from migraines, from tension headaches, from anxiety, from insomnia, from muscle twitches and cramps, all telltale signs that you are in need of more magnesium. So increasing magnesium-rich foods in the diet, and also considering topping up the magnesium you're getting from your diet with a magnesium supplement. If you want more details on that, check out the video I made earlier on entitled How Magnesium Deficiency Sabotages Your Mental Health. So these are 5 very simple tips, lifestyle strategies, but I think they are a way for the empath to start investing in themselves, be realistic, be practical. I've kept the strategies very simple. I think anyone can start with them. You don't have to start with all 5. Maybe start with 1 and decide where you want to start with any one of the particular strategies. It might be drinking a bit more water, not reaching for that cup of coffee between 2 and 4 p.m. in the afternoon, moderating your intake of sweets, getting some high quality protein into your body in the morning. You know, some whey protein shake, maybe with some blueberries or a banana, one of my favorite breakfasts, or eggs, another one of my favorites. Something that can nourish your body, nourish your brain as you embark upon your day. So those have been 5 key lifestyle changes, simple lifestyle changes empaths can make and need to make. I hope that's been of help. And in the next video, continuing on with giving practical insights and tips, I will be talking about 5 ways empaths self-sabotage